ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलन वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ. So I am Atma Brahma. That's what we are discussing. I am the very basis of this composite entity called ego. I am the very basis for this limited being who transacts with the world, who is a seer, hearer, doer, experiencer. In dream also you transact. That's what is going to come. So, and we understood that I am basically not out of many compartments of this ego. Most of them have gone. But still I am knower. Knower means what? A conscious being, an individual. Still, that's how we are counting many still. Do you remember what I'm saying? Yeah, so morning we did. So I'm a knower. In English, that knower word has that suffix er. And that er basically indicates an agent. Agent of an action. Seer, runner, talker, walker. In English, we have this kind of certain words which shows an agent of an action. Certain suffixes, val, ly, etc., make adverbs. Seemingly, etc., ly. So anyway, here knower. One who is knowing. Is knower. When you say one who is knowing, means there is an object of knowledge. Right? There must be object of knowledge. Otherwise you cannot say I am a knower. If object of knowledge is not there at all, still I say I am knower. Okay, I said of what? No, nothing. It cannot be. If you by nothing you say space, then it is different thing. Still it's an object of knowledge. But anyway. So knower. And when you are, when the object is there, you definitely say you are knower. Like an object of sight is there, some color form. You say I am a seer. When sound is there, you say I am hearer. Right now you can say I am hearer. So all this is knower is a changing entity. Seer, hearer, etc. And we are focusing right now on that, actually, doer also. So I am knower is also I am a doer. It's a changing entity, variable entity. Please keep this thing in mind. Very, very important. But when an object of knowledge is not there, object of sight is not there, I am no more a knower, not a seer, I mean. When there is no sound, you cannot call yourself as a hearer. Sound is there, you say I am hearer. If sound is not there at all, for you, perhaps, you won't say I am hearer. And therefore this seer, hearer, etc. is a very relative thing. Now question is this. If object of knowledge is not there, let's say sound is not there, right? Sound is not there. Then hearer is not there, correct? I also is not there. Would you agree with me? Sound is not there, hearer is not there, I is also not there. What do you think? What do you think? If I is not there, who will prove the absence of sound? Who will prove the absence of the hearer? Right? Swamiji, I only prove. Well, so you are there. Could you follow what I am saying? So seer is there, I mean, some color form is there, seer is there, I am there. Color form, etc. is not there, you are not seeing. Well, you are not a seer. Correct. Seer is gone. I is gone? No. In fact, when object of knowledge is there, you are knower. Object of knowledge is not there, knower basically resolves into its truth, essence, called knowledge, consciousness. Could you follow? Knower means what? Conscious being. So conscious being who is conscious of sound, conscious of name and form, etc., conscious of some color form, etc. So color form is not there, seer is not there. But so when color form, etc. is not there, seerer is not there means what? Seerer resolves into very consciousness. And as color and form arises, well, same consciousness assumes a status of seer. Because when you say, I am seer, then definitely you are seeing something, some object of knowledge, object of sight is there. Now, if object of sight is not there, seer is not there. But I do not go anywhere. Could you follow? I am right there. When object of sight is there, I assume a status of seer and sees. When sound is there, hearer is there, I am there. Sound is gone, hearer has gone. Means hearer has resolved into I, because I am still there. Hearer has resolved into I. What is that I? Which never goes, never comes. Could you follow? Never goes, never comes. Because if I let me change the term, then it's a question of a term. Instead of knower, I would say awarer. Okay? Awarer. Then that would make sense for you. Awarer. So basically, when object of awareness, knowledge is there, I am awarer. Object of knowledge is not there, I am no more awarer. Awarer resolves into I, which is awareness. Okay? Sorry, that makes sense. Same thing. So anyway, so awareness or consciousness, same thing. So now we have to put it little differently. Yeah. Because ultimately this all things should help you in meditation, contemplation rather. So we can put it like this. In consciousness, I, the words are heard. Am I right? In consciousness, I, the words are heard. When words are not heard, still consciousness is there to prove the absence of words, absence of sounds. And therefore, well, you are basically consciousness. You assume various status depending upon the type of object. If sound is there, same consciousness assumes a form of a hearer. When sight is there, some object of sight is there, well, same consciousness assumes a form of seer. Could you follow? So this is how we have to understand. In consciousness, basically, a hearer is proven, a sound is proven, etc. Anyway, so when the word is no more spoken, no more heard, well, is there consciousness or not? It's there. It's there. How can you say it is there? Who proves the absence of sound? I only prove. Who is that I? Consciousness. Could you follow? So consciousness proves the presence or absence of the very knower. Consciousness only proves the presence and absence of object of knowledge also. So consciousness is when words are heard. Consciousness is when words are not heard. When I say words are not heard, you don't show surprise. Yeah, Swamiji, we also had that experience that I don't hear words. You don't hear words, so you are no more hearer. But you are very much there as consciousness, which proves even the absence of sounds and absence of hearer also. Could you follow? So in consciousness, everything is proven. Presence, absence, existence, non-existence is proven in what? Consciousness. Consciousness never comes and goes. Consciousness ever is. Only this hearer, seer, etc., they come and go. In general, our generic term is knower. That's the ego. That comes and goes. It's there in a waking state. Waker. Aware of the waking world. It's there in a dream. Different. Dreamer. Aware of the dream world. And that knower or except the wearer resolves, gone. Where? Deep sleep state. So this awarer or a knower comes and goes. Awareness, consciousness doesn't go. Could you follow what I'm saying? Or you don't understand? So this is how we have to see that. So consciousness is, no, Swamiji, there is no consciousness. To prove that, you need what? Consciousness. What can we say? There is no consciousness. Means I am aware of a state where there is no consciousness. Okay? So you are proving that absence of consciousness in awareness or consciousness. Same thing. Could you follow what I'm saying? So basically, all the things are proven existent, non-existent in consciousness. Same way further. So thought. Because I have to move away from this also. But here, a thought is, consciousness is. A thought is not. I told you in the morning, it's your experience. Maybe experience, may not be. But at least you can say in a deep sleep state there are no thoughts. At least you can say that. In a waking state you may not have that experience, okay. But you have everyday experience that there are not thoughts. Therefore thought is, consciousness is. Thought is not, consciousness is. Right? Who proves the non-existence of thought? Who is the one who proves the non-existence of thoughts? So therefore absence of thought consciousness is. We can say that way. Anyway. So even when the thought etc. goes away, we have already discussed also while discussing the knower etc. Consciousness remains. So object of thought is, consciousness is, object of thought is gone, thought is gone, well, consciousness is. So basically, the truth of I, we began with a composite entity that I am physical body. We started with that. I am physical body. No. It's object of knowledge. I am a knower of it. Then senses. I am senses. No. Senses are object of knowledge. I am knower. I am conscious of it. Right? I am awarer. Okay? I am awarer. Let's begin with that. So, because knower comes and then when I say just knowledge means you feel what? Anyway, awareness. So awarer. Right now. Awarer. Senses are objects of awareness. Knowledge, I am aware. Mind, emotions I mean. Emotions is object of knowledge, I am aware. Then what? Memory. Memory is an object of knowledge, I am aware. Right? Then what? Our knowledge, intellect, what we acquire in universities and all, which is there in our head. That's also object of knowledge. Well, I am aware. I'm aware of how much knowledge I have. I mean, and lastly, ignorance. That also I know. Ignorance also is object of knowledge. I know the areas of ignorance. I am aware. Therefore, I am awarer. They all are objects of knowledge. And then I am awarer also is not reality. I is equal to awarer. Not reality, because in deep sleep state you are not awarer, not knower. How can you say, Swamiji, there was no awarer or knower? You only say in the morning, I did not know anything. If you say I did not know anything, means you as a knower was not there. You were there, knower was not there, right? And therefore, basically the knower also is not a reality of I. I has a more reality compared to a knower. Knower comes and goes. Doer comes and goes. We don't want to discuss at this moment. But knower comes and goes. In two state knowers are there, but they both are different knowers. The knower in a waking world is different than the knower in the dream world. Knower of a dream world is aware of the dream world, not this world. And knower of this world is not aware of the dream world, right? Therefore, it's a different knower. That's what it is going to come. Anyway, and then in this sleep state, well, you say, I did not know anything. Means we were not knower. Anyway, so therefore, I am knower. Well, that statement has to be analyzed, and where you find that I am basically is knowledge, consciousness, awareness. Knower is my status. There cannot be a knower. Knower has to be a conscious being. And therefore the reality or the truth of the knower must be the consciousness. But knower itself is a reality. No, it's not reality. If it is a reality, it will never be negated. That's called reality. Reality is something which is not subject to negation. If it anything which is subject to negation, it's incidental. It may be there in experience, that is, we are not denying it. So that's how waker, etc. all experience, we have experience that I am a waker, etc. right now. And well, we don't deny it, but that is not the ultimate reality or a truth of I. The truth of I is this awareness or consciousness, which is not subject to negation. Right? Okay. Now, what is the dimension of consciousness? I. Knower we know. It's here. I am knower. You say I am knower. Means you are indicating that a knower is inside. But this consciousness, what is the dimension? For that we will have to go out. Go out means what? Space, time. Right? Does this consciousness, you have to inquire like this, does this consciousness I exist in space? or it exists, or the space exists in consciousness, or I exist without even space, the consciousness, without space. You have to inquire like that. Well, again, our own experience comes to our help. In a waking state, you cannot say that, because the space is there, you are aware of the space, fine. So space also is there, a consciousness is there, and therefore you find both have equal reality. Dream also, dream space, because you see dream world. When you see dream world, definitely there is a dream space. Whenever you see any object, space is there, otherwise how it is possible? You don't separately visualize, but it is there. You see a Kedarnath temple in dream. Then without space, where is Kedarnath temple even in a dream? So dream space is there. Anyway, in a deep sleep state, we have an experience, deep sleep state, there is no space. There is no space. No, Swamiji, space is there. Correct. If space is there, and you are basically consciousness, if space is there, space will become automatically object of knowledge, and you will become what? Knower. Right? Even in a deep sleep state, you become knower automatically. If right now, my sound is there, you don't decide, but you automatically become what? Hearer. So any object of knowledge is there, then definitely that knower status will automatically come out from me. But in deep sleep state, well, I'm not a knower. I did not know anything. That's what I said when I wake up. I did not know anything. Means I was not a waker. I was not a knower. That shows that object of knowledge also must not have been there. Right? If it is there, you will be automatically aware of the space. But you say, I was not aware of even space. I was not aware of time in deep sleep state. If you are not aware of of this space and time, well, definitely they were not there. If they are there, automatically they will shine by you the consciousness. But they were not there. They were not there, but you were there or not? You were there to prove even the absence of space and time. After waking up, but you prove. So that shows what? Look at the logic. So the space is, consciousness is waking state, because you are aware of the space. Time is, you are aware of the time right now. But in a deep sleep state, space is not. You are very much there. You are very much there. Because the sleep belongs to whom? Me. I was there. I slept. Means I was there. I slept, you said. Right? So I was very much there, which exists in absence of space and time. Yeah. You exist even in absence of space and time. Swamiji, this is too much for us. Yeah. For few people, they have already heard this thing, so it may not be that. But for some new people, well, they feel that it may be too much. But yes, you will also become accustomed to this, okay? Yeah. Because I am singing ultimately your glory. I am not criticizing you. To criticize, I should tell you, you are an individual being who is limited in time and space and all and that, subject to birth, death, subject to old age, you are like that, etc. But I am singing your glory. Honestly. And at any point, if you feel that this Swami is really bluffing, well, evening question answer is there. Nothing to worry. Swami cannot go away by bluffing. If space is there in a deep sleep state, in fact, deep sleep state is a state, we are going to discuss that very elaborately, where everything resolves. Entire world. And when world resolves, space-time resolves. Space-time is a part of creation. I will not have to say physicists are shouting. Space-time is, they are not absolute things. That was a time at the time of Newton. It has gone everything. Space-time is a part of creation. When you create a dream world, dream objects, you don't create space and time separately. All come along. All come along. No one creates dream space first, dream time, and then put a dream object in that. Nobody does. You just see. And you see it, and you see also daytime immediately. Like you see a particular object, like you see a bel puri of a chapati in a Mumbai. You see that the person is there with that bel puri and all that. And it's a daytime. You see her seeing that, everything. Or night, whatever. Time also. So entire world resolves in a deep sleep state. Any part of world is there, then you will be aware of. If you will be aware of any part of the world, even a single person, you are not in a deep sleep state, sir. You are still awake. Right? Entire thing resolves. And therefore, still you exist. So your existence is not dependent upon space. Your existence is not dependent upon time. And therefore, well, if I don't exist in space, means I'm not space bound, means I don't have any form. Any form is within space. Maybe a geological form. Even a black hole. They show, YouTube videos, my God. Yeah, really. Massive means massive. Lakhs and lakhs of sun. You can arrange in that particular geological object. They give some names. EZ so and like that. Some names they give. My God. Massive. Still exist in space. If my existence is in absence of space, means my existence is not space bound. Could you follow? Then I can very boldly say, I am formless consciousness. My existence is there. My existence means I'm consciousness. My existence is there in absence of time. Means I'm not time bound. Yeah. You are free from the bondage of time. Remember now, freedom. Second freedom. Huh? And you don't have any form. You are called specially limitless. Space-wise limitless. Time-wise limitless, etc. Anyway, since consciousness doesn't have any form, consciousness is formless. And therefore, the consciousness, is not called this big, that big. You cannot call. This big, that big, etc. is with regards to forms, which are bound in space. Am I right or wrong? Right? And therefore, consciousness, I, has no height, no length, no breadth, no above, no below, no front, no back. All these are with respect to a object which exists in space, which has certain form. Therefore, I am formless means I have no height, no length, no breadth, no above, no below, no front. Swamiji, I would like to see that consciousness. Sir, I'm talking about you. It's not an object of knowledge. Any object of knowledge has a form. Any object of knowledge is space bound. Any object of knowledge is time bound. I am talking about you, which is basically limitless. That limitless thing, you cannot make it an object of knowledge. Therefore, this kind of an effort to see consciousness. I want to see consciousness which is limitless. Think of that. Seeing consciousness limitless, keeping yourself away as a seer. If you keep yourself away from consciousness, is the consciousness limitless or limited? Could you follow? It's a matter of not experiencing, it's a matter of recognizing you. There is no experience without I. Object of experience come and go. I, the experiencer, can never come and go. That's what I already told you. Any experience, you are very much there. In fact, you experience yourself first and then you experience object. Therefore, it's not a question of experiencing I as a limitless consciousness. It is basically recognizing of I. How will I recognize? By dropping. I am a composite entity, a limited entity. How will I drop it? That's what we are discussing. I am body, I am this, I am that, etc., etc. Right? So, therefore, consciousness is formless, especially limitless. Now, little further, slowly. Okay? Now, it is simple now. Very simple. What is the distance between the space and limitless consciousness? There cannot be any distance. Right? What is the distance between a sun and space? No distance. What is the distance between moon and space? No distance. What is the distance between sun in space and consciousness? No distance. Because already when you say sun, there is sun. Sun is in your consciousness. There is space. Space is in your consciousness. And therefore, sun along with the space exists in your consciousness. In your consciousness, you, the consciousness. That's another thing. In your consciousness. In you, the consciousness. And therefore, there is no distance. So between I, the consciousness, and the moon, which is in consciousness, whether you say moon, means definitely moon is in your consciousness. Well, there is no distance. And therefore, between consciousness and space, there is no distance. Between space and the world, physical world, there is no distance. Between any object of the physical world and consciousness, there is no distance. Mountain. Swamiji, there is mountain. Mountain is in your consciousness, right? How can you say, Swamiji, mountain is in consciousness? When you say there is mountain consciousness. Mountain consciousness. No, Swamiji, there is no mountain consciousness. Okay, I will put it differently. When you say there is mountain, means I will say now, I am conscious of mountain. Okay? Over. Same thing. Means when you say I am conscious of mountain, mountain exists in your consciousness. Mountain consciousness. Therefore, mountain consciousness is. Ocean is, ocean consciousness is. River is, river consciousness is. Planet is, planet consciousness is. Nebula is, nebula consciousness is. Galaxy is, galaxy consciousness is. Black hole is, black hole consciousness is. Wow. Look at that. So the entire physical world, along with the space, exists in consciousness. So the entire physical world exists in I, exist in I, the consciousness. If you put hand here, your consciousness or your I is limited to this. We have already crossed all this. Swami, all over again start, I am not physical body. Oh my God. So this exists in me? क्या बात है? Even this exists in I, the consciousness. Anyway, so point is entire physical world along with the space exists in consciousness. Anything is, consciousness is. World is variable. Consciousness is invariable. Now we have to prove certain realities. I, the consciousness, is invariable. No, Swamiji, existence is invariable. Nebula is, galaxy is, planet is, moon is, earth is, sun is, ocean is. Is invariable. Is invariable. Existence is invariable, not your consciousness. But they exist. Nebula exists. Who proves it? Conscious being. I am conscious of nebula. Therefore, nebula is equal to nebula consciousness is. Could you follow what I'm saying? The word nebula is stuck now. So basically, this is how you have to understand this. So I, the consciousness in which whole physical world exists. What is the distance between the physical world, the universe, and I, the consciousness? What is the distance? Swamiji, the distance will be in terms of space. Physical world is there. It includes space, but you said it exists in the space, everything. And therefore, physical world and I, the consciousness, the distance is in terms of space. And space exists where? Consciousness. And therefore, physical world along with the space exists in consciousness. Now listen. I said before, sound is, hearer is, consciousness is. Okay? Sound is not, hearer is not, consciousness is. So proves even the absence of sound and hearer. This reveals that these two are of different reality. One proves the existence of other. Other doesn't exist independent of this. Could you follow what I'm saying? No. I only ask question, I only say no. Look at this. Wave is, water is. Wave is not, water is. This is exactly like this. Sound is, consciousness is. Sound is not, consciousness is. Wave is, water is. Wave is not, water is. What is more real? You know very well. Same way. Consciousness proves the existence of the world. World cannot exist independent of consciousness. Wave cannot exist independent of water. Water exists independently. For water to exist as a water, it need not be a wave. But for wave to exist, definitely water should be there. Therefore, entire physical world is everywhere. Everything is. Definitely Their existence is proven by what? The consciousness. Consciousness is something which is invariably present in entire world. World is variable. Keeps changing. Therefore, that's how we have a famous formula. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. This is called Mithya. I don't want to use Mithya because you are already tired of me. But Mithya means this. We feel Mithya means zero. No. Mithya means it is there in your experience. It doesn't have independent existence. You say wave doesn't exist. Wave exists. Continuous waves are formed. Continuous. Continuous means continuous. Since thousands of years, the waves are formed, and they will be formed also in future. Right now also they are formed. Waves will be there in your experience. We have separate word also, wave. Right? We have separate word. Yet, wave doesn't have an independent existence. Wave doesn't exist on its own. Water exists. So between physical world and consciousness, you are real. You lend existence to the entire world, etc., etc. Okay. Don't worry about it. This will be further diluted in Mandukya, and we will see that whole thing. Nothing to worry. But whenever you come to class, think of this, that this Swami is going to come and sing my glory. That's it. Hardly in the world people sing glory of another person. They generally expect that you sing the glory of that other person who is singing your glory right now, right? Scratching each other's back. And this is not like that. This is a Veda. It's a mother, Shruti we call. Mother is singing the glory of the children, human beings. That you are so basically nothing but this Brahman, consciousness, which is timeless, which is spaceless, so-called, which is free from all attributes. You are free. That's it. That's called absolute freedom. There is no more gradation in this absolute freedom. That's it. That's how yesterday I said, freedom from past, present, future. Timelessness. Anyway, now please understand, we have talked like this. Come to this body. World already, but let's separately we have to arrive at this. Is not this physical body within the space? It is within the space. And the space exists where? In consciousness. Because you say space is, means consciousness is. Okay. So this physical body along with the space exists where? In consciousness. That physical body exists in space? Yes. That physical body exists in space? Yes. All the physical body exists in space. All the physical body along with the space exists in consciousness, I. Then where is the location of I? Where are you located? In Arsha Vidya Guru. When you say, I am Swamiji located in Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, that I has come down from consciousness to this. This physical body along with the space exists in consciousness. That physical body, all physical body exist in space. They all along with the space exist in consciousness, I. Then what is the location of I? Do we exist in body? or body exists in you. Could you follow? And therefore, well, I don't have a location. Everything is located in I. That's how the I, the consciousness, which is limitless, is called all-pervasive. All-pervasive. Anyway, this is what we mean by all-pervasiveness. And so it is not located anywhere in space. Space is located in awareness, consciousness. So space is located in consciousness. Exactly like wave is located in water. Exactly like ornament is located in gold. Exactly like pot is located in clay. Exactly like a table is located in wood. Totally non-separate. There are no two entities which are joined. There are no two entities. Pot and clay, two entities. No. Two equal order of reality, joined. No, we have already proven. Wave and water. I gave the example already. Wave is basically is less real compared to water, okay? If you don't like word mithya, leave it right now. So wave is less real compared to water. Water is more real compared to wave. Clay is more real than the pot, etc., etc. Gold is more real than the ornament. You can take any example. Wood is more real than the table. Wood exists independently, therefore more real. Table cannot exist independent of wood, therefore less real. If table derives its existence from wood, therefore table is not independent in terms of existence, therefore less real. That way. Could you follow? So therefore entire world is like that. The whole world derives its existence from the consciousness. Its existence is proven in consciousness. Non-existence also is proven in consciousness. Non-existence means the thing will not remain the same. It goes away. Well, but consciousness is. We started with that, you remember, seer, etc. Well, seer is consciousness. Seer is not. Consciousness is. Because there is someone who proves the absence of seer. Who is that? Who is aware of the absence of seer? That awareness, the consciousness never goes away. Could you follow? That consciousness never goes away, never comes. Anyway, and therefore, well, space exists in I, the consciousness, time exists in I prove the existence of time, not time proves the existence of me. Time is a myth. One Acharya Sachidanandra Saraswati from Holy Narsipur, he said a very beautiful thing. He said, the waking state exists in waking time. He said wrong. In a waking state, waking time exists. Yeah. You imagine, we fill this waking hours, the time, all these days and months and all, waking. When waking state goes away, waking time automatically resolves. Not waking state exists in waking time. Waking time exists in waking state. Am I making a sense? Yeah? When a dream state comes, dream time comes. It's a myth. Science has already proven, I need not go into that, all these things. We feel all these are absolute things. Nothing is absolute here. Time, space, everything. They are interconvertible also and everything is there. My point is, so definitely time exists in consciousness. I don't exist in time. Time exists in my consciousness. Not that I consciousness exists in time. If I consciousness exists in time, means time is conscious of me. No, I am conscious of time. One who is conscious of time proves the existence of time. One who is conscious of space proves the existence of space. If in order for the space to prove my existence, space should be conscious of me. No. Right? One who is conscious of of a given thing proves its existence. Suppose someone, I will give you one example. Suppose on a trail, you take a walk, and in last few days, there were a lot of wind and then the rain and everything. And in night especially, some tree, huge tree, falls. Means when it falls, it creates a third sound. We know this. But suppose nobody is around, because it was a night, and think that there was no bears also and no deers also, nothing is there, nobody is there. Who will prove the existence of that sound of a falling tree? But Swamiji, even if nobody has perceived directly, nobody has heard directly, but without sound, Swamiji, without sound, that tree cannot be fallen. Means you infer. So one means of knowledge you have kept aside, because you can't, nobody has perceived directly. But you are using now another means of knowledge. But who is using this? Conscious being. Just think. A conscious being uses different means of knowledge and proves the existence of the world. Ultimately, Swamiji, means of knowledge prove existence. No, means of knowledge operated by the conscious being. So one who is conscious of a given thing proves its existence. A given thing, if it doesn't become an object of knowledge for anybody at any time, you cannot prove its existence. Anybody at any time, anywhere, suppose, it doesn't become an object of knowledge, if that thing exists or not. Could you follow? Therefore, space is not aware of me. I am aware of the space. Therefore, I prove the existence of space, etc. Enough, Swami. Go ahead. Okay. So, I am limitless consciousness. How many limitless consciousness are there? How many? Limitless. How many? One? That's how there is no plural in English for consciousness. Really? Consciousnesses. No? There is no. It's not. One, finally. Knowers are many. We have seen that. The variable knowers are many. But the truth of all the knowers, the invariable consciousness, unchangeable consciousness, is one alone. The final reality of everything is this consciousness in which everything's existence is proven. The knower and known everything, world, all is one. That limitless consciousness is called Brahman in Shastra. Because Brih Dhatu is there. Brihi Vriddhau means to be big. From that they have made this word Brahma, means the big. Generally big is an adjective. It goes, the bigness of a thing depends upon the substantive. A big elephant and a big rat, there is a difference in dimension. When big word is used as an adjective, definitely there is a certain dimension involved. But if I just make a noun from this Brih Dhatu, Brih, that root, making a noun, not an adjective, substantive, the big, means there is nothing which can limit its, as an adjective it limits, limited by the substantive, but here it is not. The big. You are the big. Okay? You, the consciousness, is the big. Limitless. All pervading. 1 minute, Swami. What? if I am limitless consciousness, everything exists in me, then I should be aware of everything. You say whole world exists in consciousness, therefore I should be conscious of everything. But I am not even conscious of what is going on behind. I am not conscious of how many people are present. Somebody has skipped this class. Morning itself, somebody might have thought, oh, this Swami is a big headache. So, if you say the consciousness pervades the entire world, it exists in you, means you must be aware of everything. But it doesn't seem like. No, you are aware of everything. This is literally bluff. This is bluff. You are aware of everything. You are aware of certain things, majority of the things, as unknown. You are aware of few things as known. Aware. Everything exists in you, known and unknown. Then Swamiji, how that unknown has become known? Because that unknown object has become an object of knowledge through your mind. So certain objects exist in your mind as unknown. Rest of the world is unknown. But rest of the world is unknown. Still you are aware of. You are aware of that the rest of the world is unknown. So known and unknown both exist. Well, known means it exists in your mind. Unknown means it exists outside the mind. Like, I will give you example. This outside-inside business. There are people in this Gurukulam right now. There are people in this Gurukulam. So few people exist inside the Gurukulam. And majority of the people are outside the Gurukulam. So with respect to the walls or the area of the Gurukulam, some are inside, some are outside. But with respect to space, all are inside. Same thing here. With respect to area of the mind, walls of the mind, certain things are inside. Majority of things are outside. But with respect to consciousness, everything is inside. Clear? So this is how. Because things are, Swamiji, how can you say the unknown things are in consciousness? Then I said, how will you know that things are unknown? I know they are unknown. Okay? Means I am conscious of that majority things are unknown. It exists in consciousness. So therefore whole world which exists, which is known and unknown, majority of unknown of course. Well, in order to change the status of the object from unknown to known, it should become an object of knowledge. Through senses, etc., it should enter in your mind. And well, then you will get a cognition, etc., and an unknown thing becomes a known thing. That's it. So anyway, so there is only one limitless consciousness. There is no second limitless consciousness. And remember, world end consciousness, it's nothing like that. All that is there is consciousness. Wave and water, Swamiji, two things. Water pervades the wave, like a shawl pervades my body. No. Water basically pervades in and through the water, in and through the wave. Immanent. That's how the whole wave exists in water. And therefore, basically, all that is there is just one non-dual water. From the standpoint of waves, there are many. From the standpoint of the reality of the waves, there is one non-dual entity called water. Really speaking, it's one non-dual entity. You are that. You pervade the entire creation, in fact. You pervade entire creation, not like some shawl is pervading everything. I am pervading every object. You are in and through every object, the truth of every object. At the same time, you transcend, because you are more real compared to the world. You are transcendental. Like water can say, I pervade every wave, in and through. I am the self of all the waves, but at the same time, well, I transcend all the waves. I'm real. What is there is just me alone. That's what Bhagavan said in Bhagavad Gita, etc. Sarvabhutastham atmanam sarvabhutani cha atmani, etc., etc. All these things indicate this. So, Atma, I, is this Brahman. And there are few things which I have to talk about it, which are left here and there. And only a few minutes I will take tomorrow. And then we'll enter into Omkara. Now we have to introduce now Omkara. Yes. So tomorrow morning, class hour 11 o'clock, we'll talk about Omkara. But before that, I will have to say few things which are left for this also. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.